This is my ranking of indie games like GTA that I've played, based purely on my personal experience. Each one is placed from masterpiece to trash, depending on how fun the open-world chaos feels, how strong the gameplay is, and how well the sandbox freedom works. Let's get straight into the list. Shakedown, Hawaii put me in the role of a business owner whose company was losing money as newer services became more popular across the city. I completed missions where I attacked rival businesses, damaged property, collected cash, and forced owners to sell their companies. The story followed an aging mogul who refused to adapt to changing times. So many jobs involved hurting competitors instead of improving his own services. Outside missions, I explored a large, open city, entered buildings, bought properties, played mini-games, and searched for more income. I stole vehicles, drove through streets, fought enemies, used different weapons, and caused chaos whenever I wanted. After the opening missions, the game gave me more freedom to roam, earn money, expand businesses, and discover activities around the map. This one lands in the good tier. PAKO 4 dropped me into a fast-paced crime game where I worked with a partner to complete robberies, escape police, and survive dangerous missions across different locations. Unlike earlier games in the series, I could leave my vehicle, run around on foot, shoot enemies, and switch back to driving whenever the situation changed. Missions ranged from bank robberies and escort jobs to intense escapes that demanded quick reactions and careful planning. I stole different vehicles, raced through traffic, avoided police, and fought enemies using twin-stick shooting controls. The retro visuals, VHS-style effects, and radio stations gave every mission an old-school arcade atmosphere. The challenge stayed high throughout, with mistakes often leading to failure, but each attempt helped me learn the maps, improve my routes, and handle tougher situations. This easily secures a place in the masterpiece tier. Crime Simulator put me in the shoes of a criminal who was released from jail by a mysterious benefactor and forced to repay a large debt through robberies and heists. Each run started at a hideout where I prepared tools, bought equipment, and planned my next target. I broke into houses, stole valuables, picked locks, disabled security, and carried loot back before police arrived. Some locations were simple neighborhoods, while larger heists required better planning and stronger gear. NPCs followed daily schedules, so learning their routines helped me avoid detection and find the best opportunities. If I failed to earn enough money in time, I lost everything and had to start over with a new character. Permanent upgrades, furniture bonuses, and unlocked items carried across runs, making future attempts more efficient. I ended up placing this in the good tier. Streets of Rogue gave me a mission to reach the city's mayor, but how I handled each objective was completely up to me. I moved through randomly generated districts filled with gangs, police, civilians, and rival groups while completing tasks in different ways. Depending on the character I selected, I could arrest targets, hack security systems, use brute force, sneak through buildings, or manipulate people into helping me. I collected weapons, gadgets, and special traits that changed how I approached future challenges. Every district introduced new opportunities, unexpected events, and different obstacles that forced me to adapt. The game also included a huge roster of classes, each with unique strengths and weaknesses that encouraged different playstyles. Whether I solved problems quietly or created chaos across the city, every run unfolded differently. This sits right at the top in the masterpiece tier. Rustler transported me to a medieval kingdom where I played as a horse thief, trying to climb into the world of knights and nobles. The story followed my efforts to enter a major tournament and win the favor of a young woman. But getting there meant completing jobs for criminals, stealing valuables, fighting enemies, and causing trouble across the countryside. Instead of cars, I rode horses through towns, fields, and castles while escaping guards after crimes. Missions often involved theft, combat, chases, and other activities inspired by classic top-down crime games. Outside the main story, I explored the open world, searched for equipment, collected items, accepted side quests, and created chaos whenever I wanted. The medieval setting mixed old traditions with modern-style jokes, creating a strange but memorable adventure. I'm giving this the great tier. Schedule: I started with me arriving in a new city and building a small drug operation from almost nothing. I planted crops, gathered ingredients, produced products, packaged orders, and delivered them to customers across town. As my network grew, I met suppliers, recruited dealers, unlocked new properties, and expanded into a much larger business. Learning what different customers wanted encouraged me to experiment with recipes and create new products that matched their preferences. Managing production became a major part of the experience, especially once I hired workers and automated large sections of the operation. Between deliveries, I skateboarded through the city, upgraded equipment, improved facilities, and looked for ways to increase profits. The game mixed business management, crafting, automation, and progression systems into a loop that kept growing as my empire expanded. This stands proudly in the masterpiece tier. The Precinct placed me on the other side of a GTA-style city as a rookie police officer working to clean up crime across the streets of Averno City. Each shift assigned me different duties, including patrolling neighborhoods, responding to crimes, chasing suspects, and making arrests. I checked identification, searched suspects for illegal items, issued fines, and followed police procedures before taking criminals into custody. Some situations turned into intense car chases, while others led to shootouts or pursuits through crowded streets. I could also support investigations from a helicopter, track fleeing suspects, and call for backup when situations became too dangerous. The city constantly generated crimes, making every patrol feel different as I dealt with thieves, reckless drivers, gang members, and other offenders. The 1980s setting, detailed streets, and police-focused gameplay helped this secure the excellent tier. Tiny Terry's Turbo Trip cast me as Terry, a teenager determined to reach outer space with a vehicle of his own. To make that happen, I explored the town of Spranklewater, met local residents, and completed all kinds of strange tasks scattered across the map. Some activities rewarded me with junk used to upgrade my car, while others provided money for tools and useful items. I spent time catching bugs, taking part in sports, searching hidden areas, and helping townsfolk with their unusual requests. The game encouraged me to roam freely instead of following a strict path, allowing me to discover new objectives through exploration and conversations. Every part of town offered different characters, secrets, and distractions that made the world feel lively and entertaining. Its open-world freedom, memorable activities, and humorous interactions earn it a place in the great tier. Fading Afternoon put me in the role of a former Yakuza member trying to rebuild his life after leaving prison. I traveled around the city, met different characters, took on jobs, and got involved in problems connected to criminal groups. The story followed my attempts to handle old relationships while dealing with new challenges along the way. Combat was a big part of the game, with me fighting enemies using punches, kicks, knives, and other weapons. Some battles became harder when armed opponents appeared, forcing me to be more careful during fights. Between missions, I explored different locations, visited shops, joined side activities, and searched for events that unlocked more story scenes. The pixel art style made the city stand out, and there was always something happening as I moved between areas. I'm putting this in the good tier. Those are my picks for indie games that capture some of the chaos and freedom that make GTA-style games so entertaining. Thanks for watching.